Yeah, I'll react to that, sure.
400 years ago in England.
Hey guys, original link to the video top of the description. My name's Connor. If you're new, it is the 4th of November. Tomorrow is obviously the 5th of November, Election Day, and Guy Fawkes night. So, Guy Fawkes video. Let's watch Discovery UK. That's good. Crazy story behind Bonfire night in England.
A man 400 years ago in England,
Let's learn.
A man transformed into a legend when he hatched a plot to bring down the government. But believe it or not, today, this infamous terrorist is actually celebrated. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready, because when the sun goes down over the town of Lewes, England,
Burning effigy.
it's time for Guy Fawkes
That's
night.
terrifying.
Wait, you've never heard of Guy Fawkes night?
Yes, I have.
Bonfire night?
Sir.
No? Okay, well, here's what you can expect. There are these guys. Bonfires. Torches. About 60,000 spectators. And every kind of firework you can imagine. There are also effigies of Guy Fawkes, the namesake of Lewes' annual descent into pyromania. Richard Cox is a member of the Lewisboro Bonfire Society, which dates back to 1853. They help keep Guy's legacy alive.
Guy Fawkes was probably the first world terrorist, which celebrates as of a struggle, really, and resistance.
But who was this Guy Fawkes, and what the heck is going on here? For that, let's rewind a few hundred years. It's 1604. King James I and the Protestant Church of England have...
It really is strange how the word terrorist just... It's tried to be portrayed as just like an all-around bad that everyone should think is bad, but when really it's just bad for one side. Oh, God, it's one of the craziest roller coasters of a word I've had in my mind as I've grown up. It's like, okay, so terrorist is just bad for you. It's sorry.
And the Protestant Church of England have made life pretty much impossible for the Catholics. Desperate for change, a group of radical Catholics secretly bands together and takes an oath to dethrone King James and end Protestant rule by any means necessary. These guys aren't messing around either. Their plan? Kill the king and the members of the Houses of Parliament. The conspirators include a man named Guy Fawkes, a seasoned war veteran who's ready to die for the cause. They rent a storage room directly below the House of Lords and pack it with 36 barrels of gunpowder, enough to level a city block. They use stacks of firewood to camouflage the explosives. With the gunpowder in place, Fawkes volunteers for the operation's most dangerous and critical assignment. When Parliament is called into session, Fawkes will light the fuse. The plot to blow up the government hits its first snag when the opening of Parliament is delayed due to an outbreak of the plague. So, Guy Fawkes leaves the explosive stockpile unattended and prays the plan remains a secret. Unfortunately, one of his co-conspirators...
So the plague could have saved a few people from dying. That's a little bit ironic.
...plan remains a secret. Unfortunately, one of his co-conspirators breaks ranks and sends an anonymous letter to a government official, warning that Parliament was going to receive, quote, a terrible blow. Word of the leak gets back to Fawkes.
What was that, like trying to brag or something? If you're trying to tip it off, why be so vague? And if you're not trying to tip it off, why be so stupid as to say anything?
Compelled to prove... Word of the leak gets back to Fawkes. Compelled to prove his commitment to the cause, he goes to check on the hidden barrels of gunpowder and is relieved to find them untouched and ready for detonation. The countdown is back on. 10 days and England's Parliament will be blown to smithereens. Back in present-day Lewis, nothing is sacred. Effigies of England's top government officials, celebrities, and world leaders are paraded through town on a march that ends in a sea of flames. It's a fiery ending reminiscent of Guy Fawkes' plans for November 5th, 1605.
This is such a confusing holiday.
The day before the opening session of Parliament, news of the imminent threat reaches King James, and he orders a full search of the area. Within hours, his men find Guy Fawkes in the room directly below the House of Lords. Fawkes says his name is John Johnson and claims the pile of firewood.
Sounds like such a comically fake name.
He's guarding belongs to his master. Amazingly, they take him at his word. Fawkes manages to evade capture and is now poised to send England into chaos and perhaps even change the future of government forever. It's just before midnight on November 4th, 1605, and Guy Fawkes is just hours away from igniting a stockpile of gunpowder intended to wreak havoc on England's oppressive Protestant government. But King James orders his soldiers to return to the basement and once again question the man guarding the store of fire.
Oh, we just found some firewood. You found someone guarding a pile of firewood underneath the Parliament when I asked you to look for possible... Yeah, but it was firewood. Go check it again, you idiots.
Firewood. Fawkes is still at his post. They take a closer look at the woodpile and make a shocking discovery: the hidden barrels of gunpowder. The men take Fawkes into custody and bring him before the king. Maintaining his loyalty to the cause, Fawkes declares that he acted alone, defiantly adding, "I wanted to blow you back to your Scottish mountains." While the king is impressed by Guy's fortitude, he still wants the names of his co-conspirators. He orders Fawkes thrown into a cell below the Tower of London. Fawkes withstands 3 days of torture before he starts giving up names. In the following...
Is this the story where someone was tortured so bad and you can see in their signature of like how crippled they were when they wrote it? Was that something from something else? What was that from?
Weeks, all the collabing up names. In the following weeks, all the collaborators in the plot are hunted down. Those taken alive are brought to trial, and the judge shows no mercy. The men are ordered to be hanged, but not to death. After squirming on the noose, they're then to be drawn and quartered in the public square. Oof, that's harsh. For those of you who don't know what drawn and quartered is, it's kind of like what happens to a chicken before it gets fried and tossed in a bucket. Basically, a gruesome punishment designed to get one's point across. But legend says Fawkes figures out a way to get off easy. As the noose is placed over his head, he leaps from the gallows, breaking his neck and dying instantly. He is spared the cruel and painful death of his co-conspirators. But the king's not done.
I guess smart.
As a warning to any future rebels, Guy Fawkes' head is placed on a spike on London Bridge. The king then decrees the observance of the 5th of November Act, an annual celebration of his thwarting of the plot to take down Parliament. In the years that followed, holiday revelers burned effigies of the Pope and other religious figures to uphold the anti-Catholic sentiment of the time. It wasn't until the 18th century that Guy Fawkes himself really took center stage, when children began carrying effigies of him. And for many, the festival gradually became an event that honors a fearless rebel who died for his cause.
That's the thing with gruesome displays of what you do to people you don't like. Yeah, it gets your points across and makes people afraid, but it's also like, this guy is insane. You gotta go. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword.
Everyone loves a good villain. Maybe that is the irony of it. We used fireworks to celebrate what would have happened if he hadn't have been caught.
So while he didn't act,
That's deep. Is it? That's the meaning of the fireworks. I didn't put that together.
the legend of Guy Fawkes lives on. A mask resembling his image has become the literal face of free speech, used as the symbol for web vigilantes, anonymous.
I did not know that. I probably should.
And in the film V for Vendetta.
I did not know that. Who knew that? And don't lie to me. I mean, it makes sense. Oh, God. Well, I feel like I finally really understand after like 3 years of doing like an annual Bonfire night video. I'm finally like, oh, so. And then next year I'm going to be like, was he a good guy or a bad guy? Love you all. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you have a nice, safe Bonfire night. And hopefully I'll see you guys next video. Bye. Have fun.